Read the following information and answer the question basically, right? So it says P plus Q means P is the brother of Q. P plus Q means P is the brother of Q. P into Q means P is the father of Q. P minus Q means P is sister of Q, and P by Q means P is mother of Q. So basically plus means brother, into is father, minus here represents sister, and by divided by is mother. Okay, straight relations given there. Now, which of the following represents A is the uncle of C? In which of the following options you find that A is the uncle of C? Now, the best part is all four options have been given to us in terms of equations without any option which says none of these, right? So you can apply elimination method here even more confidently, right? If for the same question, let's say option E is given as none of this, then you have to be a little skeptical, or maybe you get skeptical when you apply the elimination method. But here we don't have to worry, right? Because this is not given to us. And then, the question is actually that what is the approach by solving this example by using gender and generation gap? Now, I hope all of you have gone through our blood relations video and know this SMART method, right? How does it work? Let's see. See, we are trying to find out an option which represents A as the uncle of C. A should be the uncle of C. Now, what are the two things definite from this statement given here? A is the uncle of C. One definite point is that A has to be a male person because A is the uncle, right? A is uncle, right? So A has to be a male person. We cannot talk about the gender of C. Gender of C is not known to us. C can be male or female, right? See, A is the uncle of C may mean that C is the nephew of A or niece of A. Both are possible, right? C can be nephew or niece. Both the possibilities are there. Okay. The other point that we know is that A is the uncle. Means what? Try and focus on this. Uncle means A is one generation above C. So the generation gap between A and C is 1. You're getting it? A is the uncle of C. Your uncle is one generation above you, right? So these are the two things that we need to focus on. One, that A should be a male person. Two, that the gender gap, generation gap between A and C is to be 1. So that's it. Gender of A has to be male, generation gap has to be 1. Let's verify this from the options. Verify this using the options. Like for example, option A. I'm rewriting it here so that I can do the verification, right? A by X plus Y into C. Simple. Look at the first point, right? A by X. By means what? Mother, right? So clearly A by X means A is the mother of X. If A is the mother of X, A becomes female. Yes or no? A by X means what? A is the mother of X. The moment you know A is the mother of X, whatever be the relationship between A and C, generation gap between A and C, A is a female person and we know that A has to be male. So option 1 gets eliminated, right? Option 1 cannot be the answer. Because according to option 1, A is female. Look at option B. Q by A plus N plus C. Now here we actually don't have to worry about Q by A because that is not needed, right? We are trying to connect A with C. So Q is out of that, right? A with C can be directly connected. We don't even have to worry about Q. So look at the relationship between A to C. A plus N plus C. What is plus? Plus means brother. A plus N means A is the brother of N. Now, brother of N meaning yes, A is a male person, right? A's gender is clear. A is a male person. But A is the brother of N means generation gap is 0. N is also the brother of C means generation gap is 0. The total generation gap between A and C is 0. Yes or no? A is the brother of N, N is the brother of C, means A is the brother of C, but we want A to be the uncle of C. So B also is eliminated. Option B is also eliminated. Look at option C now. Z by A plus P into R plus C. So again here, if you see, Z by A is of least importance because we have to connect A with C. We are trying to establish the relationship between A and C. So try to look for gender of A. A plus P. Plus means what? Brother. So clearly A is a male person. So the gender part is satisfied. A is a male person. Now look at the generation gap. Plus means what? Plus is brother. So generation gap is 0. Into means father. Generation gap is 1. And plus again is brother. So generation gap is 0. And overall, the generation gap between A and C is how much? 0 plus 1 plus 0. How much is that? It is equal to 1. So the total generation gap between A and C is 1 and A is a male person. Both the conditions are satisfied or not? Yes. Option C satisfies both the conditions that A is male and the generation gap between A and C is 1. Now just because the two conditions are satisfied does not mean that option C is the answer. You getting it? Don't say that option C is correct. We cannot say whether option C is right or not. What we can definitely say is A and B were wrong because there the conditions did not satisfy. See, the point that we're trying to make is with male being the gender and generation gap being 1, there are multiple relationships possible, right? A can be uncle, A can be father, because even your father is a male person and generation gap is 1. A can be your father-in-law. Multiple relationships are possible. So whether C is right or wrong cannot be concluded here. Now there are two ways forward. Either draw the family tree for C and check if actually A is the uncle of C or not, or verify D. By any chance, if you are able to eliminate option D, then we are done. A, B and D get eliminated. So C definitely has to be the answer. So let's verify D. D says C plus X into Y minus A. Now one point to be noted here is, see, we are looking for the gender of A. If you look at the fourth option or option D, A is at the end. A is towards the end. So will you be able to establish the gender of A? No. We cannot find out the gender of A from option D, because option D has Y minus A. Minus means what? Sister. Y is the sister of A. Y is the sister of A means what? Is A the sister of Y or brother of Y? Both are possible. You're getting it? The only thing that can be concluded from option D is that Y is the sister of A, which means Y is female. But is A male or female? Not known to us. Both are possible. Which means we cannot comment on the gender of A. A can be male or female. Both are possible. And since the gender is not known to us, how can you find out the answer from this one? No. So D is also wrong. Option D also gets eliminated. Now simply because A, B and D have got eliminated, the only possibility is C. So we can now say that option C is the answer.